Hey everybody, this is Sean Hill, the LinkedIn coach, and I help entrepreneurs generate revenue on LinkedIn, and I help them find out about income opportunities that may be out there. And today we're going to be talking about IPC versus COTPS or COTPS, and so, or COTP, however you want to say it. And so before I get into that, though, I do want to give you a moment to read over this disclaimer. All right, guys. So once again, if you do want to read over this at your leisure, you can always go back and watch the beginning of the video and you can read it in its entirety. Okay, let's get right to it. Let's do it. Hopefully you are having a wonderful day. IPC Intelligence Prime Capital versus COTP. Let me say this at the very beginning. There are some people who think I am an IPC hater or that I'm just being negative about IPC. And that could not be further from the truth. It just could not be. I still have money there. And I'm, as far as I know, as far as I believe at this moment, at least, I'm going to keep money there. I'm still making money there. And that's a blessing. And I think, and I'm grateful for all the income that I've generated from there. But as an investor, that is not going to stop me from telling the truth as I understand it and as I believe it. Somebody happens to not agree with that, then that's fine. It's the free world. They can choose to believe or not believe how they want to believe. What I encourage them to do is just argue with, I mean, you're not even argue with me, but let's look at the facts. So when you come across something that I've said that's incorrect, then let's talk about that. And I'll always let you know the difference between fact or what's truly just my belief, right? And we'll kind of go from there. So with that disclaimer out the way, let's kind of look at what I would, at the two companies and how they are compared to each other. So cost to get started. The minimum cost to get started with IPC is $220. And that it's really 200, right? But so it would be, and that's if you're going to buy what's called the Genius bot. That's the $99.90 bot, and then you have to have around $100, or the minimum is $100 to open up an account so that the bot can trade for you. But there's things called fees and gas fees. So normally, what I encourage people to do to make sure that everything's taken care of and covered is do about $220. That way, everything's taken care of. You have the bot, that's one price, and then everything additional goes into the bot investing for you. Now, the great thing about COTP is that you can get started with that program with as little as $10. So it is really, really a lot more reasonable to get started at that, well, not normal reason to get started at the level. It's easier to get started. And so that's going to be available to a lot more people. There are a lot of people who didn't have the 220 that now can go back to with this lower price, lower entry price, and now I can share this with them. So when it comes to a cost comparison, COTP definitely has the advantage there. Now, with that being said, if you wanted to invest 220 in COTP, you could actually do it, but you couldn't invest less than that amount, or at least 200 amount in IPC to get started. So that, I would say, the advantage would go to COTP. Let's look at percent profit. So with the Genius bot, the percentage is 30 to 45% per month on a monthly basis. And so that's a good percentage. And now, of course, with the volatile markets, that percentage has kind of been pulled back, right? Pulled back a little bit because they're being more conservative. And I appreciate that. Look, I would rather you be conservative with my money and not lose the money. It's already investing is already high risk enough. So the profits have gone down for IPC, as like I said, in a volatile market. A lot of times they're not going to trade, or going to be more cautious about the trades that they do take. I appreciate that. Now, with that being said, COTP, I've been averaging a profit of about 3% per day because of the number of times that I've been using it and doing it. So if we extrapolate that for right now, I would say COTP is better, a better profit generator for me. And once again, that's all I can do, because on that, I can compound on every 2 hours on the money that I'm making. I mean, it's not 3% every 2 hours, let me not be said, but it's averages about 3% per day. So I'm really, really happy with that. I'm very ecstatic about that. Management. Now here's a big deal. COTP, hey, I don't really know. I'm just gonna be quite honest with you. They have some people on their website, at least last time I looked, that they say were the managers. I don't believe those are, so I really don't know. But I factored that into my decision on how much I'm going to invest and if I even want to invest. So, management, I don't really, it's not a big deal. Like when I invest in companies, I'm not always trying to figure out who's managing the company, who's running it. I just run me my money. That's my big thing. And so management, I just don't know. So I've already factored in it. Here's what I do know about IPC's management is the decisions that they're making are not, in my opinion, not very good. They're not very good decisions at all, because in the information that they're sharing is very limited. And I mean, not just, we're just going to give you what you need to know, and it's on a need to know basis. They're not even telling you what you need to know to make good decisions. They're disseminating their information through what they call leaders, quote unquote leaders. Well, that's problematic, because if you don't have access to that quote unquote leader or that leadership group, then you don't get it. There still has not been, and if somebody can dispute this, because I can show you every announcement that's made in the back office. There still was never an announcement made about what countries they can operate in. There's an official IPC announcement. There still has not been one made about the US, an IPC official announcement. Now, there's been information that's been disseminated through different ways, but you can't allow that and use that as your way of getting information out, and then blame the people if they get it wrong. If you want an official way, an official announcement that you want clear to everybody in the company, then you make the announcement. Don't put it on other people. You make the announcement. You put it in people's back office. You let us know about Eddie and all those people getting fired, being let go. That's in everybody's back office. As soon as you log in, you can find that out. But we can't find out the exact countries that are excluded, the exact time that each country has, the grandfather piece. All that's been piecemealed out. And that's just poor management. Those are poor management decisions. So this one is really not even a push, because I haven't had any problems with, do I need to know who they are? No, I've already factored it in. It's got to be COTP. It's got to be, because this management team, the decisions that they have been making have not been very good. Now, from the financial piece and the running the bot, it's been very successful. So I appreciate that. But this piece, not very successful at all. Customer service. I've been able to get my questions answered from COTP directly. From IPC, not at all. Horrible, horrible. And please don't tell me, well, they're just overloaded. They're just, see, if there was a clear, consistent message that came from management, then customer service wouldn't be as overloaded as customer service is. The reasons that they're driving up the volume of people that are reaching out to them is because people want to know. They want to know what's going on. And so now you're increasing the turbulence in your customer service area because of decisions that are being made by management. If you give clear directions to people, then you would cut down on some of those calls. Yeah, you're always going to have a call from people who just don't get it or don't understand. But a lot of that can be avoided. So I haven't had any customer service issues with COTP. So this once again, so let's go with COTP. Access to funds. So with IPC right now, you don't. So people have tried to withdraw their money and they can't. They can't get to it. They can't access it. That's a problem. That's an issue. So they're working on it. Be patient with it. Okay, I get it. And I believe it. I have no reason at this point to discount anything that they've said, that they will not eventually give you the funds. But here's what I would also say. So on a good day, just because of the way their plans are structured, they're going to hold 20% what they call a security deposit. So you invest 100. By the bot, you invest 100. Just keep numbers real easy. You have immediate access to 80% of that. That's not being traded, right? So you really don't have immediate access. You can get that 80% out. The other 20%, the security deposit, will be released over time to you, over time. So when it comes on the weekend, you want to withdraw it, you want to make the decision, you can do it, bring it out, get 80%, 20 is going to be released over time. That's IPC. COTP is immediate access all the time, anytime you want to get it out. That's just as clear as I can be. There's no security deposit. If you put in 1,000, and once again, this is not financial advice. I'm not advising anybody to put in any amount. You have to do what's the best for you. But if you put in 1,000, you literally can take the 1,000 right back out, minus some fees. I don't know all the fees. Please look into that, right? Minus some fees, but that whole, you have access to that whole amount anytime. Anytime you want to pull it in and out, that's what you want to do. I'll pay the fees for doing it, but you have access to it. So having access to your funds, you just got to go to COTP. Ease of use of the platform. Now, this one I would have to say by a margin, by a slim margin, right? Would have to go to IPC, because it's really, I mean, you really don't have to do anything. You literally can't set it and forget it, and you wake up and the money's there. So there's no other really decisions that you have to make. You put your money on deposit, you let the bot do its thing, and then you wake up money, which is great, just great. I love that. Now, COTP is not hard, right? So when it comes to using it, all you have to do is just, they did an upgrade, and so they had some automation where the bot they had a bot, but you have to have, I think, like $1,000 invested at that price to get that automation. They had a bot that would execute the trades for you, right? And so that was passive. But now that they've upgraded, and they said they're working on that as well, they've upgraded their interface. That bot is no longer working there, at least as this time, it was no longer working, right? And so, but it's just a matter of clicking, like you clicking buttons. It literally takes me about a minute to do every 2 hours. So I have to invest 1 minute every 2 hours, click a few buttons, and make money. So, but once again, if we're just looking at the ease of use, it would have to go with ICP, because it's nothing can be easier than passive. You still have to do something here. So nothing can be easier than passive at this moment. Days to trade. So IPC is trading in the Forex market. It trades 5 days a week. COTP is trading in the crypto market. That's 7 days a week. So I could be making interest on my profits 5 days a week, or I could be getting at 7. Well, 7 is greater than 5, so that's pretty easy right there. COTP, I have to go there, give them the advantage there, because I want to be able to make money every day of the week if I can get it. Not just 5. I want to do it every day, right? So anyway, so that's going to have to be an advantage of COTP. Security deposit, we kind of talked about that a little bit, but let me just reiterate that with ICP, there's a 20% security deposit. So you deposit your full amount, 20% will be held back as security and be released over time. If you do want to withdraw the whole amount, it'll be released to you over time. With COTP, there's nothing to pay. Just nothing. You have access to all your funds all the time, whenever you want it. Withdraw whenever you want it. So yeah. COTP has got to get advantage there. Affiliate program. Now this one is really more a personal preference, how you like it. I think this is, to me, it's just whether you like vanilla or chocolate. ICP is structured more as a multi-level type program where you have ranks, you have different levels and ways of making money and things like that. And so that's geared more towards that direction. COTP is just a straight kind of a 3-tier affiliate program, which means it goes 3 levels deep. First level, the people you bring in directly. The second level, people they bring in, and the third level, the people they bring in. 3 tiers, So it's not a really better or worse in disposition. It's just a matter of how you like it. Some people like that, way better, where it's multi-leveled and you got all these ranks and you have all these different ways. Some people like the ease and simplicity of just a 3-tier level. I tend to be more towards that because I know exactly how I'm getting paid. There's really not a lot of complications that I have to figure out. The other one can kind of be a little bit complicated if you're not really familiar with a lot of comp plans, and it's this and it's that, and so there's going to be that kind of confusion. So once again, it's just whatever your preference is on those. I'm just going to leave that one to you. So however you like it. We talked already about security deposit availability. So here's the real big deal. If you're in the US, and I'm only talking to those people, so this video is really ideally made for those people in the US because that's the majority of my audience. Right now, at least as of we know it, ICP is not available in the US for US participants. Now, worldwide it is. Worldwide it is. And they are saying that there are, about 5, 6, 7 other countries, well, maybe five other countries where it's not. But once again, there's no official documentation of that. It's not documented anyway. If somebody can point to me in the back office where there's clear documentation from ICP management that says these are the countries we're currently operating in, these are the ones where, even if we're talking, because the first ones that came out were, I think, were the Philippines, and it was another one, was the Philippines and another country. That was the first official, no, it wasn't even official. That was the first word that we heard. But that's not even official. That's not in there. That's not in there. And so we just have to go by word of mouth. Wow, no way to run a business. But as far as we know right now, it's not available in the US. COTP is. So that's going to be kind of the knockout blow. What's available and what's not. You can't, as good as ICP is, let me say this, from a strictly got my profit out product that is doing what it says it's supposed to do, it does that. You can put it in there, you can wake up to passive income, and you can get the profit. It absolutely has delivered on that. From COTP, it's available. I can recruit people in the US, as far as I know, anywhere where they can do crypto. So it's available now. And so I can put people in, I'm getting profits out. Right now, I'm actually making more with COTP, even though I'm still part of, just even from, not even from the recruiting standpoint, just from the physical investing piece, I'm making more from COTP. So it's available, right? And so the availability, that's huge, right? At least as of right now, I'm not been told not to promote ICP in the US. So we can't do that. So that's an easy winner, COTP. And the winner is, when we take all this together, I'm not a big fan of split decisions, a draw, all that other stuff. I'm always going to give you what I believe is the winner for me. Let me say that for me, what you choose to do with your funds is your business. I'm not trying to advise you to do one or the other. Let me say this as well. I hope both win. It's in my best interest if both of them are great programs. I'm in both of the programs. So I have no reason not to hope for people to get their money and be wonderfully compensated with ICP. I think it's a great program. I think the management's not. I think the customer service is not. I think the program itself is wonderful. It's been very successful. And now COTP, I hope that's a successful program. Hope it continues to be a success because I want to get paid multiple ways. But the winner for me, it's got to be COTP, COTPS, COTPS, however you want to call it. It's got to be. It's got to be, because it's available. I can have access to my money in and out, and it's here now. So that's going to be the winner for me. Whether it's going to be the right decision for you or the winner for you is kind of your decision. Your decision. So anyway, I hope that this has helped you. I hope this is giving you some insight into the different companies. I love your opinion. What in the comments? Just tell me in the comments, what's your experience been like with either company? It's good, bad, or indifferent. Each individual's experience is unique to them. But I hope both of them are successful. There's enough abundance in this world for both companies to be successful. Right now, this would be the company I'm moving forward with. For me, still moving forward with ICP when I can. Right now, I just don't understand where that is. But this one is crystal clear. And if you want to be part of this particular company, I'm leaving my affiliate link in the comments and in the description. Click on the link or reach out to me. I'm also going to leave my contact information in there as well. Reach out to me. And I'd love to have a conversation with you about either one of the programs, or at least just one. Sorry. There will be no link for ICP because as of right now, we cannot promote it in the US. So there's not going to be a link about ICP, and there's not going to be a conversation about it. So please don't even approach me about that one, because I just don't have any information to share with you. I can only share with you what I've been given, and I'm happy to do that. Really happy. Anyway, if you want to know more about this one, you want to give information, or you want to join, $10 to get started. How can you beat that? $10 to get started. Now, don't make your minimum your maximum. If you want to invest more, you certainly should do that. But only invest what you're able, willing, and can afford to lose. Only invest what you're able, willing, and can afford to lose. All right, guys, this is Sean Hill, the LinkedIn coach, and I'll see you on the next video.